To no one's surprise, the case count in San Luis Obispo County did increase over the last week.
We now stand at 163. We stand at 169 cases. We stand at 181 cases today. So we stand today at 188 cases. That is 4 up.
While there was a bit of a spike at the end of last week, it did not prove to be a trend, and new cases were dominated by person-to-person transmission.
So someone in their household, someone who they spend, a partner. And so what that tells us is that we're not particularly seeing more spread new areas that were otherwise unknown to us. Particularly, we want to take care to note what's going on with our hospitals. So we continue to have low numbers of individuals in the hospital, and that's a good thing.
While San Luis Obispo County still has a relatively flat curve compared to other areas of the state, there were a couple areas of concern that emerged. We saw our first case associated with a skilled nursing facility.
This individual has had close contact of a household member who was already known to be positive.
We also saw additional cases out of the California men's colony following aggressive testing after the first one.
We're working very effectively with the management at that facility and the medical staff at that facility, and we are going to continue to ramp up testing. As we do that, we may well see more cases, as we did in this case. 5 individuals with no symptoms. That was a direct product of our testing everyone who might have been in the midst of this, of the last case that we reported, regardless of their symptoms.
While everyone is eager to have shelter-at-home guidelines lifted, for now, those recommendations remain in place.
There is disease that continues to spread in our community. We expect that will continue.
While we are all still encouraged to get out, get fresh air, and get exercise, we should be doing so with safe social distancing, and should you feel any symptoms, get tested. That will become a lot easier next week with the addition of 2 new testing sites that will be open weekdays 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., one in Paso Robles and one in Grover Beach. And you can now check out our county's roadmap to reopening at readyslo.org. It's called the START Guide, and there are some health criteria that have to happen to move from one phase to the next. We cannot begin our journey back to a new normal, however, until the governor either lifts state mandates or gives us permission to do so independently. Either way, we are ready when that happens.
We've been dialoguing, as you heard from Mr. Horton, with folks at the state to try to make our case, if you will, that we feel that we are ready. And one component of the guide that you will see is basically a checklist of the 6 indicators laid out by the state to modify the stay-at-home order at the state level, and we feel that we have met every one of those metrics.